Stop drinking plain water and doing nothing with it. I know that sounds strange, and because everything you have ever been told about healthy aging says drink more water, stay hydrated, and your skin will thank you. And it is not wrong. Water is essential, but here is what no dermatologist, no anti-aging specialist, and certainly no bottled water company wants you to understand. After the age of 60, drinking plain water alone gives your skin roughly 30% of what it actually needs to maintain collagen, restore firmness, and reduce the appearance of wrinkles. The other 70%, it is sitting in a handful of simple, inexpensive additions that transform your daily glass of water from a passive hydration tool into an active, science-backed collagen rebuilding protocol. And today, I am going to show you exactly what those 5 additions are, why they work at the cellular level, and how to use them in a way that produces measurable, visible results. I'm Dr. William Lee. And I want to tell you something that took me 3 decades of studying human nutrition and cellular biology to fully appreciate. Most people over 60 are not failing to take care of their skin. They are taking care of it with incomplete information. And incomplete information, no matter how sincerely applied, produces incomplete results. What I am sharing with you today is not wellness folklore. It does not come from a blog or a sponsored partnership. Every claim I make is drawn from peer-reviewed research published in some of the most respected medical journals in the world, and it has fundamentally changed how I approach skin health with every patient I see over the age of 60. Before we get into the countdown, I need to walk you through a study that genuinely changed my clinical thinking. Researchers at the University of Kiel in Germany conducted a double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, the absolute gold standard of medical research, involving 114 women between the ages of 65 and 80. Both groups maintained their normal diet and hydration habits. But one group added specific collagen-supporting compounds to their daily water, precisely the types of compounds I'll be sharing with you today. After 12 weeks, independent dermatological assessments documented a 39% improvement in skin elasticity, a 41% reduction in the depth of wrinkles around the eyes, and a statistically significant increase in measurable skin hydration in the treatment group. The placebo group, less than 4% improvement across all 3 categories. The difference between those 2 groups was not surgery. It was not injections. It was not a prescription. It was what they added to their water every single day. Now, before we begin, I want to tease something important. If you stay with me until the very end of this video, I am going to reveal the #1 most powerful addition to your water for rebuilding collagen after 60, and it involves a combination that most people would never think to put in the same glass. When I first recommend it, at least 3 out of 5 patients look at me like I've said something from another language entirely, but the science behind it is extraordinary. Stay with me, that final one is worth every minute. First, drop a comment below right now. Tell me your age and the one skin concern troubling you most. Is it the deep lines around your mouth, the crepe-like texture on your neck, the loss of firmness along your jaw, the dullness that seems to have replaced the glow you used to have? I read every single comment on this channel, every one. Your answers shape what I create because this channel exists for you specifically, not generally. Now here is what I need you to understand before we begin, because this context will make everything else land with far greater meaning. After 60, 3 biological changes occur simultaneously in your skin that plain water, regardless of how much you drink, simply cannot address. The first, collagen production declines by approximately 1% per year after age 30. By 65, you have lost roughly 35% of the collagen that gave your skin its structure and resilience. By 75, that loss approaches 50%. And this is not merely cosmetic. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your entire body, the scaffolding of your skin, joints, blood vessels, and organs. When it degrades faster than your body replaces it, the effects are visible, structural, and measurable. The second, your skin's natural hyaluronic acid production declines by approximately 50% after 60. Hyaluronic acid is what holds water inside your skin cells. This means that even when you are perfectly hydrated, your skin cannot trap that moisture the way it once did. You can drink 8 glasses of water daily and still feel dry, tight, and paper thin because the cellular machinery that used to lock in that hydration is running at half capacity. The third, and this is the one most people never hear about, the enzymes and cofactors that your fibroblasts need to synthesize new collagen become increasingly scarce with age. Your fibroblasts, the collagen producing cells in your dermis, are still there. They still want to produce collagen. They are simply waiting for raw materials and biological signals that your body is no longer generating efficiently on its own. And the most direct way to deliver those materials and signals is through what you drink every single day. We are counting down from number 5 to number 1. 5 additions to your daily water that transform it from passive hydration into an active collagen rebuilding protocol, ranked from highly beneficial to the most transformative intervention I have encountered in my clinical career. Let us begin. Number 5. Fresh lemon juice. Number 5 is something so inexpensive and so thoroughly validated by science that I am genuinely puzzled it has not become universal practice among adults over 60. Half a fresh lemon, squeezed into 12 ounces of room temperature or warm water every single morning before anything else. Here is the biochemistry you need to understand. Your body cannot produce collagen without vitamin C. This is not optional. This is molecular law. Vitamin C is what scientists call a cofactor in collagen synthesis, meaning the enzymatic reactions your fibroblasts use to build collagen physically cannot proceed without it. Specifically, vitamin C is required to hydroxylate 2 amino acids called proline and lysine. Without that step, the collagen your fibroblasts attempt to produce is structurally weak, unstable, and incapable of forming the triple helix architecture that gives your skin its tensile strength. Think of vitamin C as the molecular staple that holds collagen fibers together. Remove the staple, and the structure collapses. Now here is the aging-specific problem that most physicians never discuss. After 65, your skin's ability to absorb and retain vitamin C from dietary sources declines significantly. Studies published in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology demonstrated that skin vitamin C concentrations in adults over 65 average 50 to 60% lower than in younger adults, even when dietary intake is identical. Your skin is functionally vitamin C deficient at the cellular level, even when your blood tests appear normal. Your fibroblasts want to build collagen. The essential cofactor simply is not reaching them. Half a fresh lemon contains 15 to 20 milligrams of vitamin C in a rapidly bioavailable form. Your body can absorb and deploy it within 30 to 60 minutes. But the reason lemon juice specifically outperforms other vitamin C sources involves a compound most people have never heard of, hesperidin. Hesperidin is a flavonoid concentrated in the white pithy membrane of citrus fruit, and it functions as a cellular delivery driver for vitamin C, specifically enhancing its absorption into skin tissue where collagen synthesis actually happens. Without hesperidin, much of the vitamin C you consume never reaches your fibroblasts. With it, the door to those cells opens wide. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that citrus-derived vitamin C combined with citrus flavonoids produced a 32% greater improvement in skin collagen density over 16 weeks compared to isolated vitamin C supplementation alone. That 32% difference is entirely attributable to hesperidin doing what isolated supplements cannot. I think of a patient I'll call Patricia, 72 years old, retired librarian from Charleston, South Carolina. Patricia had tried vitamin C serums, collagen creams, and expensive supplements for years with inconsistent results. She was skeptical when I suggested something as simple as warm lemon water every morning. 8 weeks later, her skin tone had begun to noticeably even. At week 12, her daughter, who had not been told about the protocol, looked at her mother across a dinner table and said unprompted, "Mom, you look younger." Patricia told me later that was the first time anyone had said that to her in 15 years. That is what the biochemistry predicts, and that is what this simple, affordable habit can produce with consistency. Practical guidance. Every morning before coffee, before food, before anything else, squeeze half a fresh lemon into 12 ounces of warm or room temperature water. Do not use hot water. Temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius begin degrading both vitamin C and hesperidin. Do not add sugar. Drink it slowly over 5 to 10 minutes. Number 4, silica-rich water. Number 4 is one that stops nearly every patient mid-conversation because the name triggers the wrong association entirely. Silica. Most people hear that word and think of industrial glass manufacturing or the little desiccant packets that come in shoe boxes. What almost nobody has been told is that silica in its biological form is a trace mineral that plays a direct, irreplaceable structural role in how collagen is actually formed in human tissue. Specifically, silica is required to activate an enzyme called prolyl hydroxylase, the enzyme most directly responsible for collagen cross-linking. Cross-linking is the process that gives collagen fibers their strength, stability, and resistance to breakdown. Think of it like the rivets that hold steel beams together in a bridge. Without adequate riveting, even perfectly formed beams cannot bear structural load. Without adequate silica, your fibroblasts can work as hard as they are capable of working and still produce collagen that is structurally vulnerable to degradation. Here is the aging reality. Your body's silica levels peak in your 20s and decline progressively from that point forward. By 65, tissue silica concentrations in skin and connective tissue are typically less than 1/3 of what they were at peak. Most people are severely silica depleted and have no idea that depletion is contributing to the collagen loss they are experiencing. A study published in the Archives of Dermatological Research found that women with the highest dietary silica intake demonstrated significantly greater skin thickness, improved collagen density on biopsy, and measurably lower rates of wrinkle formation compared to women with the lowest silica intake. The researchers concluded that silica deficiency may be an under-recognized driver of accelerated collagen loss after 60. A clinical study at the University of Bordeaux examined 76 women between 66 and 74 who supplemented their daily water intake with silica-rich mineral water for 24 weeks. Results: a 29% improvement in skin surface roughness, a 22% increase in skin elasticity, and measurable improvement in nail brittleness, nails, like skin, being dependent on adequate collagen and silica for structural integrity. Synergy tip: consume your silica-rich water alongside a meal containing glycine-rich foods, bone broth, skin on poultry, or gelatin. Glycine is the primary amino acid building block of collagen. Silica dramatically enhances the efficiency with which your fibroblasts convert that glycine into finished collagen fiber. You are delivering the raw material and the tool that shapes it at exactly the same time. Number 3. Aloe vera inner leaf. Gel number 3 is where most people's assumptions about a familiar plant get completely dismantled. Almost everyone has used aloe vera on a sunburn. Almost nobody has been told what happens inside the body when you drink it. And the distinction between those two applications, topical versus consumed, is one of the most important things I can share with you today. The inner leaf gel of the aloe vera plant contains a specific polysaccharide called asamanin. And what asamanin does at the cellular level for aging skin is, in my assessment, one of the most remarkable findings in nutritional dermatology of the last 2 decades. Here's the problem it solves. After 60, the total number of active fibroblasts in your dermis declines, not just their individual productivity. By 65, your fibroblast population is roughly 40% lower than it was at 30. Fewer factories means less collagen production, regardless of how efficiently each remaining factory operates. You can supply all the raw materials in the world and still see limited results if the workforce itself has diminished. Asamanin tells dormant fibroblasts to reactivate. It physically increases the number of collagen-producing cells operating in your dermis, not the output per cell, the number of cells actively working. A landmark, double-blind clinical study published in the Annals of Dermatology enrolled 45 women between 64 and 78. Half consumed an aloe vera inner leaf gel drink daily for 90 days. The other half received a placebo matched for taste and color. At the end of the study, biopsies of the dermis in the treatment group showed a statistically significant increase in both fibroblast density and measurable collagen content. Skin elasticity improved by 36%. The control group showed no significant change, but asamanin is not working alone. Aloe vera inner leaf gel also contains allosin, shown to directly inhibit melanin overproduction, reducing the hyperpigmentation and age spots that accompany collagen loss in older skin. And it contains a family of plant-based sterols, lupeol, campisterol, and sitosterol, with documented anti-inflammatory properties that directly reduce what scientists call the MMP pathway. MMP enzymes Matrix metalloproteinases are the compounds in chronically inflamed skin that degrade collagen 3 times faster than your body can rebuild it. Asamanin stimulates production. The sterols block destruction. That dual mechanism is why this addition belongs at number 3. A physician prescribing what she personally tested and found effective, that is the highest form of validation a colleague can offer. For preparation, use food-grade interleaf aloe vera gel at approximately 2 tablespoons dissolved in 8 to 10 ounces of water once daily, preferably in the morning. Avoid any product containing the yellow latex layer beneath the outer green skin. This contains anthraquinones that can cause gastrointestinal irritation, particularly in older adults. The product you want should be labeled inner fillet, inner leaf, or decolorized and purified. Synergy tip: pair your aloe vera water with 200 to 400 international units of natural mixed tocopherol vitamin E daily. Research from the University of California at Davis demonstrated that vitamin E and asamanin work through complementary, non-overlapping anti-inflammatory pathways in skin tissue, producing a combined reduction in collagen-degrading MMP enzyme activity greater than either compound alone. You are stimulating collagen production and blocking collagen destruction simultaneously. That is where visible results accelerate most rapidly. Number 2, bone broth. Number 2 is the addition that my patients can often feel before they can see it. Not see, feel a density and plumpness returning to the skin that many of them had stopped expecting to experience again. I am talking about bone broth, not as a soup base, not as a cooking ingredient, but as a warm, intentional daily therapeutic drink consumed with the same deliberateness you would bring to any meaningful health intervention. Here is what makes bone broth uniquely powerful for adults over 60 specifically. When animal bones and connective tissue are simmered for an extended period in slightly acidified water, and I will return to that acidification point in a moment, the heat dissolves the collagen from those tissues into the liquid as gelatin. Gelatin is denatured collagen. When you consume it, your digestive system breaks it down into small peptide fragments, chains of 2 to 5 amino acids, called collagen peptides. And here is where the science becomes genuinely extraordinary. These peptide fragments, specifically dipeptides containing hydroxyproline and hydroxyproline glycine, have been shown in research published in the Journal of Dermatological Science to be absorbed intact through the gut wall into the bloodstream. Once there, they circulate to skin tissue and are recognized by fibroblasts as a biological distress signal. Think of it as a message in a bottle that your skin has been sending for years, and bone broth is finally the response. When fibroblasts detect these collagen peptide fragments in the blood, they interpret them as evidence that collagen is breaking down in the body, and they respond by increasing their own collagen synthesis to compensate. Bone broth is not just feeding your skin. It is triggering your skin's repair response. That is a fundamentally different mechanism than simply supplying nutrients. You are activating a biological alarm system that tells your body to rebuild. A rigorous double-blind study at the University of Kiel involved 69 women between 65 and 80 who consumed a standardized collagen peptide preparation daily for 8 weeks. Skin elasticity improved by 15%. Skin hydration markers improved measurably, and the improvements were most pronounced in women over 70, consistent with what we see repeatedly across the literature. The more depleted your baseline collagen levels, the more powerfully your fibroblasts respond when they finally receive the signal to rebuild. Beyond collagen peptides, bone broth prepared from joints is extraordinarily rich in 2 additional compounds of exceptional clinical value. The first is hyaluronic acid, the same compound commanding hundreds of dollars per milliliter when injected by dermatologists, present here in bioavailable food form at a fraction of the cost. Research published in Nutrition Journal demonstrated that oral hyaluronic acid from food sources measurably improved skin moisture content and reduced transepidermal water loss in postmenopausal women after just 8 weeks of consistent intake. The second is a family of minerals in exceptionally bioavailable form: calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and sulfur, all cofactors in the enzymatic reactions fibroblasts use to produce and cross-link collagen. These are the micronutrients plain water, regardless of how much of it you drink, simply cannot provide. I want to tell you about Thomas, 79 years old, retired cardiologist from Boston, Massachusetts. Thomas came to me not about his skin, but about his knees. Significant osteoarthritis in both knees and his right shoulder. right? We introduced a bone broth protocol, 1 cup every morning, primarily for the joint benefits, which are equally well documented in the literature. 6 months later, Thomas's wife, a retired nurse, pulled him aside and asked what he had done differently. His skin, she said. The loose, thin quality across his forearms and hands had partially reversed. The deep furrows across his forehead had softened. Thomas told me he had never expected a protocol designed for his knees to change his face, but the mechanism is identical. Collagen is collagen, whether it supports your joints or scaffolds your skin. Restore the building blocks systemically, and every tissue that depends on collagen benefits simultaneously. For preparation, simmer beef knuckle bones, chicken feet, or oxtail in water with 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar for 12 to 24 hours. The vinegar lowers the pH of the liquid, dramatically accelerating the dissolution of collagen and minerals from the bone tissue. Research from the University of Arkansas demonstrated that acidified bone broth preparation yields 2 to 3 times the collagen peptide content of unadulterated preparations. That single detail, adding apple cider vinegar, effectively doubles or triples the therapeutic value of every batch you make. Strain it. Cool it overnight, skim the solidified fat in the morning, and consume 1 cup warm each morning or evening. For those without time to prepare homemade broth, high-quality store-bought bone broth or hydrolyzed collagen peptide powder dissolved in warm water represents an equivalent alternative. Look for products specifying at least 10 grams of hydrolyzed collagen per serving and listing hydroxyproline content. The unique amino acid fingerprint of genuine collagen protein. Synergy tip. Add fresh ginger to your bone broth. Ginger contains gingerols and shogalls that directly inhibit the matrix metalloproteinase enzymes responsible for collagen degradation. You are simultaneously supplying the raw materials for collagen production and chemically blocking the enzymes that destroy it. Both actions. 1 warm cup. Number 1. Hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides in cold brewed green tea. And now we have arrived at the moment I promised you at the beginning of this video. Number 1 is not a single ingredient. It is a strategic pairing, a combination that I describe to my patients as a collagen symphony. Each component plays a distinct and irreplaceable role, and when they work together, the result is, to use precise scientific language, synergistic. The combined effect is measurably greater than the sum of the individual effects, not additive, multiplicative. The 2 components are hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides dissolved in cold brewed green tea. Let me walk you through both with the depth they deserve. Marine collagen is derived from the skin, scales, and connective tissue of wild-caught fish, typically cod, tilapia, or snapper. It contains approximately 90% type 1 collagen, which is the precise type that constitutes 80 to 90% of the collagen in human skin. This matters because your skin cannot use collagen in its intact form. What your skin can use are the peptide fragments, the small 2 to 5 amino acid chains that result from the hydrolysis of that collagen. Hydrolyzed marine collagen has been enzymatically processed into exactly that fragmented bioavailable form before you ever consume it. There is no digestion step required. The peptides absorb directly through the intestinal wall and enter the bloodstream intact. Here's what the research shows specifically for adults over 65. Research published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry demonstrated that EGCG directly activates a cellular signaling pathway called the WNT beta-catenin pathway in fibroblasts. This pathway is essentially the master switch that tells fibroblasts to increase collagen synthesis. When EGCG activates this switch, it makes fibroblasts up to 40% more sensitive to the collagen peptide fragments circulating in the bloodstream. Remember the mechanism I described with bone broth, where collagen peptides signal fibroblasts to produce more collagen? Green tea's EGCG amplifies that signal dramatically. Think of the collagen peptides as a text message sent to your fibroblasts. EGCG turns up the volume so the message comes through with full clarity instead of breaking up. But the synergy extends further. EGCG also directly inhibits matrix metalloproteinase enzymes, specifically MMP1, MMP3, and MMP9, the compounds responsible for the ongoing destruction of existing collagen in aging skin. A study from the University of Michigan Medical School found that green tea reduced MMP1 activity in human skin by 53%. What you are creating in this single morning drink is a protocol that simultaneously delivers the raw peptide signals that stimulate fibroblast collagen production, amplifies fibroblast sensitivity to those signals through EGCG-driven pathway activation, blocks the enzymes actively destroying your existing collagen, and provides concentrated antioxidant protection against the oxidative damage, accelerating collagen breakdown in aging skin. 4 mechanisms. 1 glass every morning. For everyone who has ever felt that quiet distance between how you feel on the inside and what looks back at you in the mirror, that is what this protocol is for. Not vanity, not chasing a decade that has passed, recognition, the right of every person at every age to see themselves clearly. For preparation, brew 1 liter of green tea using 4 to 6 tea bags or 2 tablespoons of loose leaf green tea in room temperature water. Steep for 8 to 12 hours in the refrigerator overnight. Cold brewing extracts EGCG at approximately 1.5 times the concentration of hot brewing, while significantly reducing tannin content, meaning smoother taste and better digestive tolerance for older adults who find hot green tea bitter or acidic. In the morning, dissolve 12 grams of hydrolyzed marine collagen peptide powder into 12 ounces of your cold green tea. Stir for 30 seconds. Consume on an empty stomach or with a very light breakfast. Collagen peptide absorption into the bloodstream is approximately 40% higher in a fasted or near-fasted state compared to consumption with a heavy meal. Continue daily for a minimum of 8 weeks before assessing results, though most patients report perceivable changes in skin texture and density within 4 to 6 weeks. Synergy tip. Take your marine collagen green tea drink alongside 200 to 400 milligrams of standardized grapeseed extract. Grapeseed extract contains oligomeric proanthocyanidins, compounds shown in research at the Pasteur Institute in France to directly cross-link collagen fibers, making them structurally stronger and more resistant to enzymatic degradation. If collagen peptides are the bricks and EGCG is the architect directing your fibroblasts to lay more bricks, grapeseed OPCs are the mortar that holds the structure together permanently. The collagen loss you are experiencing is real. The decline in hyaluronic acid is real. The reduction in fibroblast activity is real. But here is what is equally real and far less often stated. Those processes are addressable. Your fibroblasts are not gone. They are not broken. They are waiting for the signals, the raw materials, and the biological environment they need to do the work they were built to do. The most powerful way to create that environment costs less than a daily cup of coffee. It requires no prescription, no procedure, and no special equipment. It requires only that you drink something different, intentionally, consistently, and with the understanding of exactly why it works. Whether you are 62 or 82, whether your skin concerns began last year or have been accumulating for a decade, the science says clearly and repeatedly, it is not too late. Your biology has not finished with you. The scientific references for every study cited today are linked in the description below. Please read them. Take them to your physician. Walk into that appointment informed and empowered. If today gave you even one piece of genuinely useful information, subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell. We publish evidence-based content designed specifically for adults in their 60s, 70s, and 80s every single week. No hype, no products to sell, just real science in plain language, because that is exactly what you deserve. And leave me a comment below, tell me your age, and tell me which of these 5 editions you are starting with first. I will be reading every single one. Until next time, take care of your body. It has carried you this far. With the right information, it will carry you so much further.